Hello, good morning. We're going to get started today with our Lego house project. So we're going to start by building the floor of the Lego house. I'm going to create a sketch on the top layer of a center point rectangle. It has to be 80 by 96, which is 10 bricks by 12 bricks. So I'm going to type in 80 millimeters and 96 millimeters. It should be a thickness of 3.2, check. So I'm going to extrude this to 3.2 millimeters. It looks like my drawing is set in inches, so I don't have to type in millimeters each time. I'm going to change my units to millimeters. Perfect. All right. Next, I want to create a pattern of nubs. So on the floor, I'm going to draw a circle. So the Lego piece is 8 millimeters by 8 millimeters, which means that the circle that I drew is going to want to be 4 from this side and 4 from this side. That way it's evenly spaced in the center of a hypothetical nub or Lego piece. The diameter is 4.8 millimeters. Perfect. And lastly, I can create a rectangular pattern of this part. I want to have 10 of them this way, and I want to have 12 of them this way. And the distance between them is the width of one Lego brick, which should be 8 and 8. Oh, it looks like I swapped them. This should be 12, and this should be 10. Excellent. So I don't need all of these nubs. I only need the ones on the outside. So when I click to extrude, I don't want to extrude all of these. I'm going to X out of that. I want to click only these. So hold tight while I click all of these. If something happens and you accidentally click the whole sheet like this, all you have to do is X out of that most recent one. You don't have to start over. See, I did it again. X out of that most recent one. Come on. There we go. So all of these nubs are going to have a height of 1.6. Check. There we go. The floor is done. I'm going to rename my part floor. Okay. Great. Next, I want to build my walls. I want the walls to fit perfectly on top and have the same indentation pattern. So to save myself some time, I'm going to build it right on top of this. So I'm going to start a new sketch right here on this surface. And I want to use my previous sketch right here and extrude it upwards just so it barely covers the top of these nubs right here. I'm going to make it a new part. You can see it turns gray. And you can see that if I turn off the floor, that this new part, let me fix that real fast when I extruded it. I want to extrude. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, when I turn off the floor, you can see my new part looks like this. You can see it has the holes indented right here. I want to draw the outline, so I just get the walls. Let me do that real fast. Turn my floor back on. I'm going to go back to sketch 3, and I want to draw a rectangle whose distance from each edge is the width of this brick, which is 8. 8. 8 and 8. So now you can see it's extruding just this outside so that my house has a hollow inside. Next, I want to, now that I have the indentations in the bottom of the floor right here, I want to make the rest of the floor solid. So I'm going to draw a sketch on top of here that is literally just this rectangle. And this rectangle. Check. And I want to extrude that, not the holes. I want to like fill in each of the holes if it lets me. I want to add it to this existing part and merge it with part 2. I want it to combine right there. I want to click each of these holes. Come on. Let me see if I can do this a different way. My sketch 4 looks like this. If I extrude just sketch 4, there we go, no holes, perfect. I just clicked extrude sketch 4. There we go, add it to the existing piece, merge with part 2. Now you can see it's gray. Perfect, and I can make it the right height. So it says the house has to be a height that's a multiple of a brick's height, which is 9.6. So I'm going to make it 9.6 tall, or 96 tall, and then I'm going to subtract the height of the nub that I already extruded. 96 minus 1.6. There you go. There's my house. I'm going to rename this house. You can see that I turn off the floor right here and that my house has those nubs in the bottom that we created earlier and this house piece right here. Next, I want to put the pattern of dots on top. So I'm going to start a sketch on this plane. And I don't want to redraw that pattern because that sucked. So I'm going to hide the house and just click the Use button and grab, if I can, this pattern and all these dots right here. So I'm just going to go through and click all of these dots, and you can see that pattern forming up here on the top. Okay, so when I turn my house back on, here's all my things. I can now extrude them. I don't want to extrude the whole face. I want to extrude just these dots. Ugh. Come on, dots. Oops. Oops. Perfect. A height of 1.6. Right, now you can see that my house has nubs. So if I were to hide the floor, you can see I have nubs on top and nubs on the bottom. We're going to use this same method to create the roof. So I'm going to create the roof. on this surface right here, not on the top of the nub. I'm going to create the roof on this surface. And all I'm going to do is use this existing, just all of what, sketch 5, if it lets me. So I want to extrude this whole sketch right here. Hopefully it'll give me those little holes. I want a new part. I want it to be only 1.6. And I want to be able to see the holes through it. So I wonder if I have not used all these dots. Let's see. Let me see. If I hide these, what does my sketch 6 look like? Ah, it's just the house. I have to go back to use and click each dot and click, click, click. It's a little tedious, sorry. You can see as I click that, like a little black circle is appearing under each one, and that means that they are going to be on the sketch I'm creating. Now when I hide these, you can see my sketch has all these circles. Oh, I missed one. There we go. Perfect. Let me try to extrude that one more time. Extruding sketch 6. There we go. Look at that. Look at all these nice holes. I want this to be a new part because this is my roof. And just like last time, I only want to go up 1.6 so that I have covered all of these nubs and made like the indentation in the bottom of the roof. There we go. I'm going to rename this roof. Perfect. Okay, so my last step is to make the roof pointy. I'm going to create a sketch on top of this plane of a rectangle this size. Check. And I want to extrude this rectangle at a draft. That is what will make it pointy. I'm going to make it, let's say what a 30-degree draft looks like. I'll change the direction so it becomes a point. It looks like 30 degrees might be too shallow. Let me try like 50 degrees. Oh, perfect. See how my roof has like a flat spot? I'm gonna keep pulling upwards so it becomes a point. Oh, that looks good. I want to make sure I add it to my existing roof so that it all like merges into one part. Check. Ooh, nice. There we go. Yeah, you can see as I hide the floor and the house that I now have a roof with indentations in the bottom that perfectly fit into the indentations of the house and the floor. My last step is to add windows and a door opening. So I'm going to draw a sketch on this side of a rectangle, starting down. I'm going to do, instead of a center point rectangle, I'm going to do a corner rectangle. 16 by 40. I want to center this, so I'm going to use my symmetric tool to click the left side, the right side, and then the right plane that runs through the center of my house, and you can see my door is centered. I'm going to extrude this door to remove material. Perfect. There's my door. I need 3 windows, so maybe I'll put some on the front. I'll just put this one right here, this one right here, and I'll go back and extrude them. Check, and then I'll put another window on this side. All right, my house is done. My next step is to assemble my house. So I'm going to go down here to my assembly tab. I'm going to insert the 3 parts. Here's my floor. Here's my house. And here's my roof. Check. I'm going to fix my floor in place so that it doesn't move, so my house has something stable to work off of. And all I'm going to do is fasten this spot. I want to make sure that I'm fastening the bottom of the circle instead of the top. I want the bottom of this, which is like this base layer right here, to match the inside of this hole. So not that spot, but like, oh, does it let me? Maybe I'll try a different location. How about instead we do, this will be easier. No, delete this. I'm gonna undo that. That was no bueno. All right, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna fasten. How about I fasten this corner? See how it's like flat? Not like this. I don't want this plane. I want that plane. How about I do that corner with this corner? Will it let me? I want to be flat. I want to be flat. Flat, flat, flat. Give me flat. There it is. Perfect. Let's see what it looks like. There it is. You can see they're fastened together. If I grab it, it doesn't move, and you can see that it perfectly fits on top. I'm going to do the same with my roof. I'm going to grab this corner, trying to grab that spot. Perfect. I'm going to match it to the same spot on top. Right here, trying to get, there it is. Perfect. All right, everything's all fastened together. Let's check our rubric. We have the floor, the right size, nubs around the base. We have the house with indentations. It has a door opening. It has 3 windows. It's hollow. The walls are 8 millimeters thick. It's the right height. There's nubs all the way around the top. The roof has nubs. The object is assembled, and the object passes the wiggle test. When I click each part, it's not moving. Nice work, guys. We have done our Lego house.